Good morning, welcome to my channel. So I want to do something with this number 54 box, the silhouette seams, and they don't even show it up here, but I guess what we want to do is I'm going to just take everything out. I think that would be the easiest way to do this right now. And put the box to the side over there. So we got dewdrops, clear stamps, ribbon. I'm gonna put that over there and put these stamps over here. Stencils, metal dies, cardstock panels. So here's the card in envelopes. So that's for card blanks. That's envelopes. Here's the printed paper and the solid paper. And I think what I'm gonna do is grab one of these cardstock panels and I'm gonna take one out. These over here to the side. Okay, I got my panel. Now I need the stencil. And I'm thinking that I'm going to end up fussy cutting it out, is what I'm thinking. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. So first, I need to figure out, I want some come on. Some of this. Trying to figure out if I want to use this or use it this way. Put green down and then later on come back and cover the green with this. No. No. Okay. I'm going to take this to the side because chances are this is going to be... Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab washi tape over here. And I'm going to tape off this washi tape. I'm not real sure if I should be using paper, but I'm just going to tape off what I don't want stenciled, and then too, that should hold my stencil down. Okay, gotta be careful. There's a little spot there. I'm just gonna go ahead and cover it up. I don't want to make the mistake, and we all know if the mistake's gonna happen, it's gonna happen to me. And I will end up with that green over there. Okay, that should be good enough, and I need to get I don't really want that bright of a green. This might still be bright, but I don't think it's going to be as bright. That should be good. Okay. So I'm going to get the stencil, this stencil, and just come in here and make the hill. So it's a little, I'm not thinking about even trying to do it without holding it down. This part. Okay. You can see I still got some green on there, but that should be all right. And I'm just gonna wipe this stencil here. Good enough. Okay, and then I've got, I need some blue for the sky. And so now I'm going to do the sky. I'm going to want to mask the rest of it because, I mean, it's probably easier just to grab a piece of paper and tape it, but I just want to just get this washy around. Get this to cover it up. Let's try to curve it a little bit, but it's not going to want to curve. That didn't work. There's a little spot showing there, so it might be worth it just to make a mask for this stuff. You know, like cut the heart out and then save the heart in case you want to mask the heart off, and save the cutout so you could just mask this off and only just do the heart. I'm going to have to peel this all off if I want to do the bow. I just don't know if I want to do the bow yet. I'm thinking I don't want to do the bow. Just the heart part. Okay. Now my question is, am I just going to use the one blue? Yep. I'm just going to do the one blue, and I'm going to do some spots are just going to be light. Uh-oh. I need that down to cover that up, because I don't want my blue and green to mix. So now I can just hold that down. And come in and do my sky. And I'm going to start, and then I'm going to go darker up. So I'll put more layers up here. And a good way to go from darker to lighter is to start at the top, instead like I did from the bottom, but you start at the top and work your way down. And since you won't be putting as much down as you work your way down, then you end up with lighter at the top, or lighter at the bottom and darker at the top. I didn't do that great a job on that, but you get the point, I think, of what I meant here. Okay, there's the blue. And this blue pad is shredding on me now. But now I can lift this up. And I don't want to lift it all the way, but I just want you to see I didn't get any off. The reason I'm not lifting it all the way up is I still want to put my stamps on right. So I want to do the tree and the little girl swinging. I didn't notice that couple. I don't know why I didn't notice that couple, but I didn't notice that couple. I noticed this one. Looks like a wedding ring. So I got the tree. And I'll probably do something like this. And then the little girl on the swing. Or maybe I need to come to this side. So she's swinging. I'm not going to show all of her unless I move up. So I'm not going to be able to show much of the tree if I want to show more of the girl. I think I want a little bit of both of them, right? So I'll just kind of move the tree over a little and do that. And I'm going to get me a stamper. And honestly, this is probably not the best. It's a silhouette, so I do want black, I think. But I gotta find my black right now. It's not black. Where's my black? Jet black. Quick dry. Quick dry is real good for stuff like this. Not the blending part, but the stamping where you're going to stamp more than one. Okay, I'm going to... So, the whole tree doesn't fit on the block, but I'm not worried about that because really this is the part, and just kind of down anyways is really all I'm going to be stamping. So let's see how this is going to work. Okay, that looks like yes. Well, it did pretty good. Not right here, though. There we go. It's a little bit ghosted, but not too bad. Okay, and now I want the little girl in the swing. So I'm going to put her on. And I'm going to ink her up. See how important it is to have that masked off? Otherwise, look what a mess I would have. And even if you are going to save and do this part, the bow, I would do this part first, then come back and do the bow. I'm going to put her way up here, kind of. Well, maybe over. I could have maybe got rid of. It's okay. It's not perfect. That quick dry ink pretty much all stamped off, so I don't really have to worry about cleaning it. Okay, I'm not going to put this all the way away because I want to keep my words out in case I decide to use them. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out now. I'm not going to use the bow part. I'm just going to do the heart. Let's see. I can leave this on if I wanted to, but I don't want to leave that sticky on there, so I'm just going to take it off, and you can see the washi tape comes off easy enough. So there we go. And if you get cheap washi tape, then it's no big deal. Of course, you don't want to use the better stuff that you spend a little bit more money for. No. Oh, no. I'm going to keep my black in case I want to do a sentiment. I'm going to keep that out. And get this out of here and get this out of here. Out of the way. Get this cleaned up a little bit. And now I need to fussy cut this out. Stick this block over here out of the way. Oh, I guess I could put the stencils away. Put stencils and mask. Alright. I didn't do any clouds or anything like that. I could have. But, no. Okay. I might have made it look better, but you can see it did ghost on me better than I thought, but sorry, maybe it just looks like a tree in the background. Okay, this I'm gonna try to not leave a white space. And I'm just cutting around, hopefully doing a good job. I wish it came with the die. But the only dies that came in this set were the, I think there's a couple word dies, that's all. Okay, not too bad. Good job, not too bad. Alright, now another thing I'm going to do, let me see, which one am I going to use? I'll use this real quick because that's right here. Another thing I'm going to do is make my card blank smaller. I'm going to take this one, let me see if it'll fit. I just want it to be the, smaller size. So I'm just going to cut it to the size I want it to be. 4x6 right there. That's all I need. I know they're not usually exactly 4x6, but that's what I'm going to do here. And then we got background papers. So we just need to choose which one we want to use as a background. Let me think. You know what? I am going to do that, not that. Where's my paper? That's the envelopes. Oh, it's all here in this pile, even the solid. So I'm going to take my solids. And I think I'm going to do this, then this. The only problem is I don't have a mat for the heart. And I'll probably just bring in some of this and try just to do a good enough mat on that. So I'm going to cut this to, I need to move some stuff here. Cut this. To 4x6, and I mean I would have done it more accurate, but this is good for the video. So I'm gonna go to the 6, and then I'm gonna go to, what is it, 9x6, right? So I'm gonna go to the 3 and come to here and cut that off. That should be the exact right size, but you know, just because it should be doesn't mean it will be. Okay. That's way off. What did I do? That was probably the line I needed to do right there, and I did the wrong line. But that's okay, I can use that piece to do my, I needed it on that line. So I'm just gonna bring it up to the 6 and hope that's right. Okay. I'm gonna need this in a second. Okay, so this will go here. And I need to trim it down just a tiny bit. Just a tiniest bit. I just don't like the one paper to be hanging over. You know, I don't mind giving it a little bit of white space if that's what it needs around the edge, because I have no explanation for that. I couldn't tell you why, but I would rather see a little bit of white than open the card and end up seeing the purple hair like that. Ooh, I don't like that. See, but I don't think that's not going to be an issue. So if it is, I can always cut it off. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and glue this down. What did I do with that? Glue's right there. I'm going to use this glue. The Berry Art glue. And I messed my top up. And it's not the only one I messed my top up on. But you know what? It works. Works for me. And so, what do they say? Nothing's wrong in crafting, because it is what it is, and whatever works for you, you do something right, but it turns out right, and it makes it better for you, then it doesn't matter if it's done the way it's supposed to be done. Because believe me, from a person that has trouble with a lot of stuff with this stuff, it just has to work for you. Whatever's right for you. Look at that card. So it's a little too, it's too far up here. But I'm afraid I'm not going to get that right. So now I need to put this on here. And I'm just going to do some mats. So I'm going to do a little bit of, oh, I'm so sorry I shake that. This is not the one I want. Yeah, might as well go ahead and use it. It's up here. Okay, so now I got to be smaller than the 4x6 because I want to leave a mat. The question is how much of this do I want to see? And I think I'm going to give it a little bit. I'm going to give it a 1/4 inch, which is going to give it a an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And that actually is pretty good for me. So there's that's the scoring one. I need the cutting one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the 6. I'm going to do the 1/4 of an inch. Make sure it's lined up. Hopefully that's straight, because this cutter I have a little bit of trouble with doing it. So you can see that's going to give me a pretty good, not as big as I thought, honestly. But that's all right, it works, right? I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut that off. That'll give us a better idea of what we're dealing with. Cut a little bit off this way too, because I think that's sticking up. I mean, I can just do it. It doesn't want to cut, so I'm going to just cut it carefully. That's the back piece. There we go. I think that's better. Okay. You know, I mean, look, I didn't cut this small enough. I should have done it smaller, but it is what it is for now. Okay, I'm going to glue that down. And I've decided I'm going to break down all my kits and I'm going to put the papers where I can use them, because right now they're pretty much sitting in a box, right? And I'm not really using them unless I pull that kit out. The thing is, some of this paper is nice paper. The cardstock's pretty nice, and I've got all this variety of colors and stuff that I'm not using. It's just sitting in a box. So I thought, that's crazy. I am gonna, and I'm trying to get more room in here and organize in here anyways. So I figured I might as well just do it. So I'm just gonna hold this on here. And I like to use a corner with a heart for some reason. Seems like it helps me line it up a little bit better, so I can just go here now and just kind of go around. I wish somebody would come up with a tool that would give us these outlines. You know, like we could just outline something and say, well, maybe a Cricut will do it. I don't know, but the Cricut won't read a pattern I have already, so that's kind of out of the question, I guess. But I wonder if that scan and cut would do it. Of course, that's a big machine. I'm talking like just a little hand tool thing. Would be nice to have. Just something you can put like in the middle of something and trace around it, and it would have like something on the outside of it that would go around and make it just a little bit bigger. However much bigger we want it. You know, you could call it matte any shape. I mean, if somebody could come up with something like that, I'd buy it. See, my mat's not real straight and even, but I'm gonna go with it. And see, I'm just not real crazy about this. Let's see. Okay. I don't have no more of this paper though. Okay, let's do this. I'm just gonna, this might be crazy, I don't know, but I'm just gonna, what would you call it? Not really kaleidoscope, but something. Just gonna put basically, that might be too big. Yeah, that's all right. That again, and yeah, it's got to be this piece right here. Look at this cutter again. Like here's the better one. I just want to make the card look like a little bit more for some reason. It's just not quite what it should be to me. So I'm hoping that if I just put some more pages down, that would help make it more of a card. Is that going to work? Is it going to work? I don't know. Okay, make this a little bit smaller, and it's using up the scrap, so why not? See, is that going to work? It needs to be skinnier still. Okay, so if we do all of this and this, stick this in the middle, and then put this over here. And then we could put a sentiment down here. We do that, we could line this straight or tilt it more in the middle, and maybe just straight, and then put a sentiment. So let me get these all laid down. We could do a corner of the card. We could do a side. Doesn't have to be in the middle. And sometimes that makes it more fun anyways. You know, like if I decided, you know, I'm just going to do them all in the side, and I'll put the heart on the side. Or let's do it all in the bottom corner, you know, and then the sentiment could go on the top. But for this, I think I'm going to stick to the middle. And I'm obviously not perfect centered here. That's all right. It's not straight either. Of course, that could be that the cut's not straight too. Obviously, nope. Not straight. This is a tacky glue, so that's why it's still going to stick when I put it down, because the tacky glue stays tacky, right? For a little bit anyways. There we go. I think that's better. Okay. Now I'm going to put this down. I was going to pop the heart up, but we'll see what all these layers do. I'm going to pop the heart up. Okay. The paper's not really that thick, but the cardstock gives it a little bit of thickness. Oh. Y'all, I'm not feeling good last weekend. And man, I feel so much better today. I'm so glad. I am so glad to be done with that. Okay. Well, you know, the point's gotta even up, even if the rest of it don't. I can come back and trim it some more. I might. Which I might do, because it kind of looks like a little too much anyway, so I hate to, but let's do this. Sometimes it is easier to do once it's glued down, but then you take a risk of ruining your piece. That's why I hate to do this right now. Just gonna even that out a little bit. And come here. Okay. Yep, I think that looks better. And you know what? No, I think it needs to be straight. And I'm wondering if I should... We need dimensionals, right? We need dimensionals. I've got this right here. This is from the Spellbinders card kit. And they always send some dimensionals and double-sided tape. With their crafting kits. So I'm going to do that there. And put a piece here. And should probably just do that right there. And, okay. So even though I'll punch the squares out, you can see you can still use it. You just cut it what you want it. How you want it, what you want it, whatever. And that's going to be like that. So that's okay, but do we want to kind of give it a little bit of a curve? So that foam doesn't show as much. You just kind of got to form easily. I might not look like I'm being gentle, but I actually am being pretty gentle. You know what? Creases and stuff to show. So then it's just going to come down just a little bit on the ends. I should have done that really before I put the foam tape on. Okay. Still think for some reason I just want to give it a little bit of a turn. I've already stuck it down too well. Okay, so now we need a sentiment. I don't remember what the metal dies said. I do remember they were words. Hello with love. Do we want with love? I don't think so. But just for you will fit right in there. Follow your dreams. It's close, but not really fitting in there. And if I put it on paper, I'm going to have to ink the paper because otherwise the white paper is not going to look right on here. So I'm going to try just for you. And I've got the rock block. I do want to try to get it straight. And that does not look straight. So let me try. That looks better. Just for you. Okay. And I got my jet black quick dry. I like the quick dry ink, especially for sentiments because it usually leaves a pretty good image. There we go, see? Just for you. And there we go. So I think I did pretty good. The luck I've been having lately with some of these cards, the way things have been turning out with some of my cards, man, I'm thankful that this one did finally work out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect. I need to throw away this. I keep grabbing it. When I grab it, I feel like, oh, I'll use it. I cannot cut straight with this Westcott trimmer. And I know it's always like a personal thing, right? Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it's not going to work for you. You could get it and love it. It does not work for me. My new paper cutter that I got works. My, is it Fisker? No, Cricut. My Cricut paper trimmer. I love. Love, love, love it. And I need to not use that, and that needs to just go in the trash so that my papers, and it's got more measurements and stuff on it than this other one. So, okay. So you don't have to use it with that ribbon around it, and you can, because, I mean, you can. See, they cut it out. This one cut it out. This one cut it. Looks like all of them cut it out except for that one. So if you gotta fussy cut it, I don't know why, but I don't mind the heart so much, but I wasn't crazy about that bow, but I wanted me to look better, but I liked it like this. So thanks for joining me. If you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. I hope you will join me again. So bye-bye now.